I was really sad yesterday, and I thought today I'd post a video in hopes that it'll help any of you who may be feeling difficult or challenging emotions. Emotions rise and peak and subside in 90 seconds. The reason a lot of times emotions stick around a lot longer than that is because of the thoughts in our mind and the stories that we're making them mean. And anytime you notice an emotion like sadness is hanging around for a prolonged period of time, it's an opportunity to help yourself with this process I'm about to walk you through. What I did was I noticed I was feeling sadness. I kept maybe for, I don't know, 10 minutes or so feeling kind of wells of sadness, like I was gonna start crying, but I was pushing myself to work through it and do more. And so I pulled myself away from the computer and I put my phone away and I decided to turn towards my sadness and just allow it to be there and to be with it. And what we resist persists. And so as we're trying to ignore the sadness or stuff it down or keep ourselves overly busy in order not to face the sadness, it starts getting louder and louder. And so we have the opportunity to face it and embrace it. So I sat down and I decided to be with my sadness as long as it took to pass by. And I had a nice big cry for a moment or two. And then once the tears had subsided, I turned towards myself by noticing the thoughts in our head, because our thoughts create our feelings. And so I had to look at what am I thinking and how am I feeling? And what I noticed I was thinking was this project that I've been working on for a really long time, pouring all my heart into it, that I'm super passionate and excited about, is taking longer than I wish it was. So I was having the thought, this is taking so much longer than I thought it would. I feel like it's never going to happen. And those were causing a lot of sadness to arise. And then I walked myself through this process that I learned from Byron Katie of asking yourself 4 questions about the thoughts in our mind. Because the truth is, anytime we're judging or shaming or criticizing ourselves or having thoughts that are negative and unsupportive, we're kind of dragging ourselves down. And then I extended myself some compassion like I would to a best friend or a child. Maybe placing a hand on our heart and just saying, oh, Kelly, I see that you have such a good heart and you're longing to help more people with the tools that you have, and you can trust yourself, and every breath is a new beginning. You've got this. Remember Lao Tzu's quote, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. And just trust and surrender and kind of give myself a pep talk about being with this sadness that I was experiencing. And then I asked myself these 4 very liberating questions and these are really important questions because thoughts without direction form negative emotions that drag us down. But the truth is, we get to choose our thoughts and we have the power and ability to uplift ourselves. And so I asked myself, is this thought true? Is this thought, it's never going to happen, true? No, that thought is not true. I have been working on this project with a lot of love for a very long time, and I absolutely am positive that it is going to happen in the right timing. And so then the second question is, can I absolutely know that this thought is true? And no, I can't know that thought is true, because the truth is things could turn around in a nanosecond. I'm working on a new corporate program. I'm talking to lots of corporations who are really interested and excited about what I'm offering. They seem to have the budget, our timelines seem aligned, and it will all happen in good timing. And then I asked myself the question, how do I react when I believe that thought is true? And I noticed I was acting like a victim. I was thinking, oh, poor me, life is happening to me, and I feel sorry for myself that I'm alone in my struggles and this is taking forever. And all that was doing is perpetuating the sadness and making it hurt more. And so then I asked myself the fourth question, who would I be without that thought? And I realized if I'm in the exact same situation where I'm working on the same project and I didn't have that thought, I can actually feel hopeful and optimistic and be buzzing with excitement about all of the people I'm going to help reduce or abolish their anxiety. And I can focus on the fact that I just, like, literally right before I got sad, got an inquiry from a company that I'm super excited to work with. It's a tech corporation that wants me to work with a group of their women leaders, and it's exactly the type of people I want to help. And I can trust that it'll all come together in divine timing, and I don't need to try to control the outcome or worry about all the worst possible case scenarios as to how things will unfold. And then after you've asked yourself those 4 questions, to turn that thought around. And the turnaround gives you the opportunity to experience what it is that you do want to believe. And so I told myself, okay, every breath is a new beginning. This is happening. I'm buzzing with the energy of excitement and purpose and positive expectation. I believe that this could all work out even better than I've ever imagined. I am creating something extraordinary that can and will transform lives and give people a complete toolkit to overcome their anxiety. And I'm ready for these people to find me, and I'm excited to support them in doing the inner work to guide them towards more peace within themselves and ease and trust, and that there's no need to rush and there's no need to hurry, and that it'll all get done and I don't need to worry. And so that is the process, and I wanted to share it with you today because I'm always telling people the purpose of meditation is not to stop thinking, it's to stop letting our thoughts control us. And I think this is so important because oftentimes people say to me, oh, Kelly, I can't meditate because I can't stop thinking. Well, just like when we sit to meditate, our heart keeps beating and our lungs keep breathing, our mind keeps thinking. That's just what minds do, and that's okay. When we meditate, we're training our attention to witness our thoughts and bring our attention back to the present moment. And so we often use our breath as the anchor. And I say, when you notice your thoughts wandering, that's perfectly natural. Without any judgment or criticism, simply guide your attention back to your breath. And anytime you guide your attention back to your breath, what you're doing is bringing yourself out of ruminating about the past or worrying about the future, which causes anxiety and depression, and bringing yourself into the present moment. And so really, when we're meditating, we're witnessing our thoughts, which empowers us to be the master of our thoughts. And this is one of the most rewarding tools in improving the quality of life and experiencing the freedom and fulfillment that we all want. So difficult emotions will sometimes get the best of all of us, but it's important to remember that they always pass. You always make it through them. And by bringing awareness to the process of going through hard times, you actually are training yourself to recognize your resilience and see clearly that you're capable of handling difficulty, and you know in your mind that you're okay. You've got this. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Please come back to these 4 questions anytime you notice that you're experiencing difficult or challenging emotions. And I would love to hear from you what you do to uplift yourself when you're going through something hard.